Kent Hughes from the top rope. This came out of nowhere. The Montreal Canadiens have made themselves a trade with the Buffalo Sabres. Take a look at this. Forward Filip Cederqvist is coming over to Montreal. 2019 143rd overall pick by the Buffalo Sabres is now finding his way over to the Habs, and the price is pretty cheap. The Canadiens have acquired this player for future considerations, so literally, they got him for free. It's for nothing. Buffalo will get something in the future, but yeah, we don't know when, where, or if it's even going to happen. Future considerations trades rarely ever go through with long-term implications. It's normally just, hey, let me do you a solid, Kent Hughes. You need this guy? You want this guy? Here, take him for free. Just because I'm a good guy. That's what the Sabres went out there and did, pretty much. Let's go out there and read the Canadiens press release, and then we'll dive into more so why this entire transaction went down, because there is a reason, and we do have the opportunity to explore more about the Canadiens organization through this trade. So, take a look at this. Montreal Canadiens GM manager, I just said that, eh? I'm smart. Kent Hughes announced on Thursday that the team has acquired forward Filip Cederqvist from the Buffalo Sabres in exchange for future considerations. Cederqvist, who is 23, has played 19 games with the Rochester Americans in the AHL this season. The left winger from Skara, Sweden, has registered 4 points, a goal, and 3 assists, in addition to serving 11 penalty minutes in 23-24. In 73 career games with Rochester in the AHL, Cederqvist has recorded 10 goals and 14 helpers. They say helpers. I like the way they phrase that. The 6'3", 196-pound forward has also added 3 assists in 8 playoff appearances. Cederqvist was selected in the 5th round, 143rd overall by the Sabres in the 2019 draft. So if we go over to his profile, we could see a lot of those similar things. I mean, he hasn't really been the most high-profile guy, but then again, most 5th-round players are not. He signed to the end of this season, making $850,000 and $70,000 in the minors. As the article said, he's a big dude, 6'3", 203, left-handed left-wing center, 23 years old. And if you want to look at the prospect report, I mean, this is from Hockey Prospect in 2019. Cederqvist has good offensive skill set with soft hands and a heavy shot, and he has the ability to muscle through to get his shot off. If you scroll down, you can see that back in 2019, when he was drafted, he was playing for Vekwa in the SHL. It's actually a good sign that he was in this organization once the Sabres decided to take him, although I do question the age. Yeah, he was an overager at the draft. That's why he was taken in 2019 in the 5th round, despite already playing in the SHL. There you go. That's my mental math coming to play here. But ever since these days with Vekwa in the SHL, Cederqvist has kind of bounced around to other teams in Sweden in the Allsvenskan to varying levels of success. For Tingsryd, he had himself 36 points in 51 games played, and then for Djurgårdens, he had 32 points in 49 games played, all in the SHL and Allsvenskan. So good on him for getting that progression. Last year in Rochester, he was fairly alright, and then this season he is slowly, but maybe assuredly, gotten a little bit worse. So there you go. Hopefully there's going to be some sort of an improvement here in Laval with Cederqvist and his overall production. But you might be asking yourselves, why did the Canadiens go out there and make this trade? Well, to introduce us to this idea, let's go over onto the Our Hockey sub, because there is a post made by Decent Lurker 96 as to this transaction. One of the top comments goes out there and says this: the Laval Rocket just lost 3 forwards to injury, all for at least a few weeks, so they need warm bodies. Here's a report from a Buffalo Sabres fan. How should I feel about this? Sweat Stain Shane goes out there and asks, he was coming along as a good prospect until this year. He seemed to stall out. He's decently big and strong on the puck. He probably tops out as an AHL guy. Another reply says, it's rumored that he's planning a return to Sweden. So, when it comes to Filip Cederqvist, there isn't really too much long-term potential that's guaranteed here. Like, there isn't even a guarantee that he sticks around in North America, for all I care. But when it comes to his overall productivity, I mean, you could say from 2 years ago to last year, there was some progress. It's just now things haven't really been progressing in that way. So hopefully with the Laval Rocket, there is a little bit more upward movement in that respect. Now, when it comes to the Canadiens and the guys that Cederqvist is going to go out there and try to replace, we did have ourselves a few articles published about this. Look at this. Laval Rocket injuries. The first thing that shows up. Nathan Legare is out with a lower body injury. Sean Farrell is up with an upper body injury. Brady Keeper, lower body injury, out for several weeks, although Keeper is a defenseman, while Captain Gabriel Bourque, upper body, is out for an indefinite period of time. What I wanted to do was go over each of these names because they do provide some good conversation as to what's going on in Laval. Nathan Legare was a former prospect from Pittsburgh that I liked a lot. 2019 third-round pick. He was a beast in the QMJHL in his draft season, and he kind of stayed being a beast in that league up until his AHL days. He played a few years with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, was all right, and then found his way over to Laval, 7 points in 27 games played. So definitely not the type of progression that we thought was possible when Legare was lighting it up in the Q all those years ago. But still, he is a member of the Laval Rocket, and it's unfortunate to see him out for a while. You have yourselves Sean Farrell, who was one of the most underrated Montreal Canadiens prospects in their system, especially during his days in the USHL and the NCAA. Small guy, 5'9", but as a fourth-round pick, this was a player that I believe Cole Caulfield was super excited to see the Canadiens draft. In his Draft +1 and Draft +2 years, you saw his production with the Chicago Steel absolutely explode, and then with the NCAA, he had Harvard University Crimson Colors posting up 53 points in 34 games played last year. He played a game with the Canadiens, he scored a goal, no big deal. And this season in Laval, he is at 17 points in 24 games played, a really good point production metric for a guy in his first full pro season, especially at 22 years old and 5'9". There's a lot to like here out of Sean Farrell, but the fact that he is out for an extended amount of time is a very unfortunate sign for this year. Hopefully, he's able to come back and carry where he left off. Carry off where he left off. I don't know what the right phrasing would be there. But Sean Farrell is out for a while too, and then you have yourselves the captain, Gabriel Bourque, left winger, 5'10", 203, 33 years old. I don't think anybody's really expecting any NHL potential out of Gabriel Bourque. I feel like his NHL playing days are long behind him. He was a full-time Predator at one point, like 10 years ago. But for Gabriel Bourque this season, 4 points, 15 games played, on pace for about 14. The Laval Rocket have had some really interesting goal-scoring production from certain guys, so just looking at the numbers, it is kind of weird to see things spread out in the ways that they are. But for now, these three guys, Legare, Farrell, and Bourque, are all out. So we have ourselves Filip Cederqvist, who is coming over and hopefully going to replace some of those minutes. He is a big body guy. He is a solid left-handed guy. So we'll see who he's able to play off of, and hopefully, let's just say, get more production out of, because, I mean, look, a lot of these guys could use a little bit more support, especially with those guys who are injured, so hopefully Filip Cederqvist is going to be able to come over and bring that to Montreal. The price, though, is free. Literally for nothing. It's Filip Cederqvist for future considerations. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're a Buffalo Sabres fan and you have any extra insight as to what Cederqvist is about, then hey, feel free to let me know in the comments what your opinions are on this prospect, how he has developed ever since being drafted as an overage guy in Sweden, and where you see him going in the next few years. Does he go back to Sweden like some of the rumors would indicate? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this trade. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.